Welcome to Local Business Spotlight. I'm Ann Ray, and my guest is James Green, owner of Ohio Exteriors, one of our Salem Columbus sponsors. James, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
James, tell me a little bit about Ohio Exteriors.
Well, we are a company that is a full-service exterior remodeling company. I have about 6 full-time employees. We do sunrooms, roofing, siding, windows, and blown-in insulation. We are located in Gahanna, and we've been in business for about seven and a half years.
Well, it sounds like you do a lot. Tell me, how did you get into the exteriors business?
Well, I moved up here about 8 years ago to marry my wife, and I seen a void in the construction industry up here in Ohio, basically Columbus, as far as the service end. And I do truly believe that their customer service is number one in anything, and that's where I began.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit more about Ohio Exteriors, and you cover a wide area around Gahanna, right?
Yes, we do. Actually, we serve the greater Columbus area in general, from all the way up north to Powell, all the way down south to Grove City, all the way east to Newark, and west all the way out to Hilliard.
All right. Well, James, tell me what sets Ohio Exteriors apart. You started to do this, but tell me in some detail here. What sets Ohio Exteriors apart from all the other contractors out there? And there are a lot of them.
Yes. Well, we are an honest company, and we have won Angie's List Awards for the last 5 years for our service end. And it's not uncommon for the customer to actually meet the owner and have a conversation with the owner. I, being the owner, am very hands-on and truly believe in giving the wow factor in customer service. The owner is reachable, and I have been contacted by numerous customers just to let me know how things were going, and I appreciated their input.
So you've won a lot of awards, and that takes some doing, doesn't it?
Yes, it takes in being honest. It takes in fulfilling what you promised to the customer, and doing what we're supposed to be doing, and that's listening to the customers and executing at the highest degree possible.
Tell me about your staff.
Well, I've got 2 full-time office staff. Chris is my production guru, and Sarah is my receptionist. And then I have another salesman named Bill, who's got about 30 years in the home building industry, a very knowledgeable man. And then I have 2 full-time technicians, and then I have about 4 crews, a crew for each trade. So our roofing crew does strictly roofing, our siding crew does strictly siding, and our window crew does strictly windows. We are all very involved in our families' lives. We also are very involved in giving back to the community.
I'd like to know more about that as we progress through. But you're listening to Local Business Spotlight. I'm Ann Ray. My guest is James Green. He's the owner of Ohio Exteriors. And you can reach Ohio Exteriors by calling 614-239-ROOF. That's 239-7663. You can also visit ohioexteriors.com. That's ohioexteriors.com. And James, what will they find on the website?
On the website, they will find all of the trades that we do as far as roofing, siding, windows. They'll find out what a complete roofing system is. They will find out what the difference between insulated siding and a non-insulated siding is. They will also see the reviews that have been posted on Angie's List regarding our company. We believe in giving a website that is very informative and also very easy to navigate. We also believe in showing a lot of pictures that show the work we've done and also the customers that we have worked with.
And James, speaking of customers you have worked with, this is one of my favorite parts of the program because I get to ask you for stories about people that you've been able to help with Ohio Exteriors that really help us understand what it's like to work with your company. So can you share a couple stories with us?
Absolutely. The first one that comes to mind was a couple in Gahanna. The mister had called us in to give an estimate on a deck, and when he hired us, we came to find out that he was fulfilling a promise that he gave to his wife that he would have a deck built before he had passed away, as was he currently in hospice for cancer. So that took a whole new light on me. Sometimes as a business owner, you look at just the bottom line, but when you come across a customer that has hired you to fulfill a promise of building a deck, and then to have him pass away two and a half weeks later after you have built the deck, it takes a whole new perspective. You know, sometimes it's just not about the bottom line. Moreover, it's about what the customer wants to be fulfilled. He had hired us to build a deck for his wife because he was in hospice on his way out the door, and that was a great, great privilege. And to this day, even though he has passed, we have a relationship with the missus, and we actually attended his funeral, and we do and have done some extra work on the side for her, being now that she is a widow.
That's great to know.
And a siding job that we just currently finished, the gentleman had water leaks above his sliding glass door. He just wanted the siding done correctly. We were able to take off the siding and notice there wasn't any flashing under the roof to the siding, which is commonly known as step flashing. So we were able to, complete a whole new siding job for him with the problems or issues at hand solved. So
That's excellent, excellent. And then tell me, kind of walk us through the process. I don't know what maybe is a big thing that you do this time of year, but kind of walk us through the process. Somebody calling you or contacting you via email. What happens next?
Basically, Sarah would answer the phone or respond to your email within 24 hours. We would ask you some general information, your name, what's going on, what would you like for us to come out to look at, and then we would schedule an appointment for Bill or I to come out, navigate around the property, listen to your wants and needs, and then provide you with the proper estimates to what you're asking for. And then once you like us, you see that we're an awesome company, we get the ball rolling.
So tell me, this time of year, I imagine you do a lot of insulation, right?
Yes, actually the wintertime is peak time for insulation. We do an Owens Corning blown-in insulation. It is a very clean process, is a very quick process, and what we have come to find out in Columbus, the average R value is about R19. Department of Energy recommends about an R49. So that's about an 18 to 24 inch difference. And most of the savings you will receive comes from having enough insulation in the attic to contain the environment in the living space.
So what do you have to do to do that process?
Basically what we would have to do is get it up in your attic, take a measurement of the attic, take a measurement of the insulation you have in your attic presently, show you the difference in R values, provide the estimate to bring you up to the Department of Energy levels, make sure that when we blow in the new level of insulation that the airways from the soffits are not blocked, and then if that's the case, we would have to add baffles. We do take a lot of pictures when we're in attic prior to the job to show you everything that we're going through to make it more explanatory, and then we would schedule the technicians to come out. It's a two-man process. One man is in the attic, one man is outside. We would install the baffles in between the rafters to allow the venting to happen from the soffit to the ridge vent, and then we would begin the process of feeding the machine out in the driveway and having it blow through the hose up into the attic.
Excellent. What are some misconceptions, James, about what you do at Ohio Exteriors?
Some misconceptions is that the customer is not heard, that the owner is unreachable, and that when problems occur, they don't get resolved. Here at Ohio Exteriors, it's the complete opposite. The owner is very reachable. When the problems do happen, the owner is the first on the scene to get them resolved in a quickly and professional manner so that both parties are happy. And and that a lot of the work is done unprofessionally. But that's just the opposite here too. We are very prideful in our service and in our skills. Another thing that sets Ohio Exteriors apart is that we're a very personable company. If we feel like a customer is having a bad day or they're expressing some concern, the owner has no problem taking time out to pray with that individual. But we're a very Christian-oriented company who believes in doing the next right thing.
And you mentioned giving back to the community. What are some things that Ohio Exteriors does?
We work with Faith Missions. We're also actually in the process of trying to work with Salvation Army. And also the owner is actually in ministry at his church. But one of the biggest things that we're trying to do right now is to be an employer that somebody can come and work from Faith Missions or Salvation Army. You know, we're trying to work with them on a relationship that we can be a stop of hope for people who may have taken a wrong turn somewhere in life, and now they find that they cannot be hired because they have a felony degree or because they just don't know how to be hired. So we're actively working with Faith Mission and Salvation Army to be able to have a employment relationship with them. We feel that this is very promising, and I look forward to doing it.
If you'd like more information on Ohio Exteriors, give them a call, 614-239-ROOF, 239-7663. You can also visit ohioexteriors.com. That's ohioexteriors.com. And my guest has been James Green, owner of Ohio Exteriors, one of our Salem Columbus sponsors. James, thanks for being with us on Local Business Spotlight.
Thank you, Ann.
Thanks again for joining me for Local Business Spotlight. The views expressed are those of the participants and may not reflect the views of the staff, ownership, or advertisers of this station, Salem Communications Corporation, or Salem Media of Ohio. I hope you'll join me next week for Local Business Spotlight.